Today I'm going to be showing you how I use the Longchamp Le Pliage large tote bag for carry-on baggage. So let's get into it. So the great thing about Longchamp bags is that they actually fold down flat. So you can actually put them in your suitcase, which makes it super easy to travel with. So I really like that feature about these bags, especially for travel. Now I like to use an organizer in there just because they are quite large bags. So an organizer just helps you keep everything organized so you can find things easily inside the bag. So this is what I took with me to the UK on my recent trip. So I'm going to take everything out of here and show you what's inside here. I thought it'd be easier to show you like this, and then we'll pop it inside the bag and you can see what else I fit around this organizer. So this organizer is a medium sized one, so it doesn't actually fill the whole bottom of the bag. And I like that because I can then still fit in like a laptop and an iPad either side of the organizer, which is really good because you have to have those in your carry-on. So firstly, this is what it's looking like with everything in. So as you can see, there are multiple pockets in here, which I really like. You can move this out if you like a larger pocket in there. But again, like I said, I do like to have lots of different compartments in there just to make it easier to find things. So first of all, we have a collapsible water bottle. Now, this is really good. It is rubber and it's like a silicone rubber, I think it is. And this just pops off here, that's your lid, and then it pops back on the top. So this isn't a screw lid, but I find that I haven't had any issues with it leaking. But if you open it out, it just has a little clip here that unhooks, and then the water bottle extends and you can fill it up. So obviously you can't put water in it as you're going through security, but there's always water fountains and things that you can top the water bottle up before you get onto the plane. If you are going to do that, I would probably stand that up in the bag or just carry it. I haven't had any issues with it leaking, but just because the top isn't a screw top or anything like that, if you do catch that and it comes off, you don't want to have it leaking. So when you're on the plane, it fits perfectly into the little seat in front of you, so you can use it whilst you're on the plane. So it's a really good space-saving water bottle. Next, I have a travel pouch. Now, I love to carry a travel pouch because I like to keep my passports in here. I have some notes, like British notes, when I get off the plane. So passports go in here. I then just have some notes and things just for when I get off the plane. This is also good as well if you want to put your boarding pass in the front. So once they print your boarding pass off, you can just pop that into the front and it's easy for you to get it. So I always like to carry a little pouch with me. Again, it is easier to get in and out of the bag when you know where things are. Next, we have the liquids. Now, I like to just put my liquids in like a see-through Ziploc bag. I don't have a separate pouch for them. I feel like this works well. And then you can just throw it away when you finish with it. So I just have like a mascara if I want to top up my mascara when I get off the plane for when I get there. I have like a little hand sanitizer, a lip balm, and a deodorant in there. Now, I will also normally have like a little toothpaste to pop in there. I don't have one to show you at the moment, but I will carry like a little toothbrush and a manual toothbrush as well, just to take with me so you can clean your teeth whilst you're on the plane, because you are on there for a long time. So the flight to the UK is just under 24 hours, which is a long time to be on a plane. So you definitely want to keep things with you just so you can refresh. Next, I have just like a little pouch just to kind of keep all of your essentials in, like your hygiene essentials in there. And this is really cute. I actually got this off Temu and I think it was a free gift that I got, but it works really, really well. So inside, I just sort of have some tissues, some feminine fresh wipes in there, like a sanitary pad and just some little bits like that just to keep in there. And I feel like that works really well. Having tissues always helps if you have any spills or anything like that on the plane. I think that's super handy. And this is actually waterproof as well, so you can wipe that off. So I think that's really, really cute. Next, I just have some glasses if I'm watching the TV or I'm on my iPad, or if you're reading or on your phone or anything like that. I do like to have my glasses with me in my hand luggage. Now, one of the most important things I think you can take on a plane is earplugs. Now, I always have multiple pairs of earplugs just in case. You know, you have babies crying on there, people snoring, people talking. There's a lot of noise on a plane. So having earplugs on there is definitely going to be your best friend. So I always take some of the foam earplugs, and then I also just have some custom earplugs as well. So I never want to be without earplugs, because believe me, 24 hours on a plane with all those people, you just kind of want to zone out and be in your own little world. So I would highly recommend taking earplugs with you. Now, speaking of zoning out, I would also take an eye mask. So I don't normally sleep with an eye mask on, but I do find when I'm on the plane, an eye mask works really well. If you put your earplugs in, pop your eye mask on, you can really zone out and it really helps to sleep, I find. It can put you into like a really deep sleep, especially if you get quite anxious flying, which I do. I hate flying. But I feel like if you can just get things that helps you calm down, earplugs and an eye mask are definitely a go-to. And this is just a silk one. You do get pouches on the plane that they give you, and it does normally have foam earplugs in, an eye mask, and I think some like pressure socks, toothbrush and toothpaste as well. So that is normally what they give you on a long haul flight. But I do like to take my own just because they're a little bit better quality and just a little bit more comfortable to wear. So I'd always make sure I have those with me. Next is earbuds. So again, definitely good if you like to listen to music, or you can also attach them to the entertainment system on the plane and use your own earplugs. They're just a little bit more comfortable than the ones that they give you on the plane. Again, if you want to listen to music or anything like that, just block all the noise out. Earplugs are definitely an essential. I then just have my card wallet, just so I have that in there. If I need to get any cash out or any money, or if I'm buying anything, I like to have my cards with me. I then have a little portable hairbrush and mirror. So this is really good. It just opens out and it is plastic. And then this just pushes out here and it's actually a hairbrush. So you can just brush your hair and things, again, on a long flight, just to kind of keep yourself feeling better about yourself. And then that just pushes back in there. And then it also just has like a little mirror on this side as well. And then that just closes up and you can put that in your bag. And that's very lightweight as well. So it's really not heavy at all. So a good one to keep with you in your hand luggage and whilst you're away traveling as well, just to pop in your handbag. We then have my inhaler. So I like to keep that with me just in case. And there's actually like a little clip in the organizer here. And I just clip it onto this. So this is another cool thing that I got off Temu as well. And it just holds your inhaler in. And it has like the little hook here so you can attach it to any bag straps inside your bag. So it just makes it a little bit easier to find if you need to get it. So I think that's super handy. So yeah, how cute is it? Then I just have some mints. So I always like to just carry some little mint strips with me on the plane. Again, when it's a long journey, you always like to have some mints. And that's pretty much everything that I carry in there. This, like I said, this is removable. So you can actually take this out here and then you have that larger compartment. So that's really handy if you don't like a lot of different pockets in there. And then it's just a Velcro and it just Velcros. As you can see, it just Velcros back onto the side of the organizer there. So I think this is actually a really good one. You can get so many off Amazon at a really reasonable price. So just have a look around. I will link this one in the description as well, if I can find it. I like to have a lighter color organizer as well, just because against the dark background, it is easier to find things. So I'm going to put all these back into the organizer and then we'll pop it inside the bag so you can see what it looks like and what else I can fit around the organizer. So I just want to show you inside the bag as well before we put the organizer in. So it is just one big, large compartment in there. And then it does have a pocket here. And then it does also have a smaller pocket on the front there. Now I do have a full review on this bag, so I will link that video on the screen and in the description box if you want to check that out. And it just goes into more detail about the bag, like the specifications and just a lot more detail about it. So yeah, I will link that if you are interested in watching that. So let's pop the organizer in, and it's really easy to get in there. So because it is that smaller size, it fits in super easy. So we'll just pop that in. And then that's what it's looking like inside the bag with the organizer in. So as you can see, there's still space behind and in front and down either side of the organizer. So I'm going to pop in my laptop. So this is my laptop here, and I'm going to pop that down the back of the organizer like so. So you can see it's fitting in there really nicely. And then I'm going to pop my iPad. So I've got my iPad here and I'm going to pop that down the front. And that's what it's looking like. So the laptop and the iPad fit very nicely in there. And then I've still got bits down the side of each side. So I then like to carry a cable pouch. So this one's really good. It's like got 2 compartments there and it opens out. And I just like to pop wires and things like that. I have a battery in there. And then on the other side, I just have like my hard drive, some more cables and things like that. So this is really handy for travel. I do also have a separate video on travel essentials as well that I will link if you want to check that out, or from Amazon. And again, that goes into more details about the items that I think are really good to take with you. So I'm going to pop that down the side of the bag of the organizer, and that fits perfectly in there. Now, if we close that up, it's great. You've still got a little bit of room on the top there. It is looking quite bulky, but you can still get everything in there. And this was the only hand luggage that I took with me onto the plane. You can use this on top of like a small suitcase or something as well. So you could pop it on the top and have this as your actual bag that you put under the chair in front. It does actually fit under the chair in front of you. That's where I kept it. I didn't put it in the overhead lockers. So again, that's another good feature about this. Now, I also like to carry a neck pillow. This is another essential that I feel like you need to have with you on a long haul flight. So this is a memory foam one. Investing in a good neck pillow is definitely worth it. So again, with your eye mask, your earplugs and your neck pillow on, I find that's the best way to try and get any sleep on a long haul flight. Now, this will fit on the top of the bag, but you do need to kind of squish it in. And that does make it harder to get other things in and out the bag. So let me show you with it in on top of the bag. So it does fit on there. Again, it's very snug. And if you want to get things in and out the bag, you do have to then take the neck pillow out to then be able to move and get other things out of the bag. So that can be a bit of a pain. But once you've kind of gone through all the check-ins and things like that, then I'll tend to put that on. If you do have another wheelie, like little travel suitcase with you, this does actually attach onto the handle, so you can pop it on there. Otherwise, I'll just carry it, or it does have like a string. You can tie that onto the handle as well. So let's close the bag up. So you have to kind of squish that down and then do the bag up. But it does do up quite nicely. And then you can close it with the snap closure there. So everything is in there. So again, it's a great travel bag. You can get so much in here. Now, it does have a bit of weight to it, but it is still very comfortable to wear. Because of the shape and the longer handles, it just fit nicely on the shoulder. So I didn't find that it was that uncomfortable to wear at all. And you're constantly kind of pulling your bag down and things. So you're only really carrying it through the airport and onto the plane. So yeah, I find it very comfortable to wear. So it does feel heavy because you do have your laptop and your iPad in there. So if you don't need to take both with you, then if you can just get away with taking your iPad, that will be a lot less bulky and a lot lighter as well. So let me take the laptop out so you can actually see the difference. So that's with the laptop out. So as you can see, it is a lot slimmer there, and it's not as heavy as well without the laptop in. So it just depends on what you need to carry with you. The less things you pull in there, obviously, the lighter it's going to be. But it just depends on what you like to carry with you in your hand luggage. Now, the Longchamp bags are such good value for money as well. They do retail for 285 Australian dollars here, which is really good value for a travel bag. So you don't just have to use it for the plane. You can use it if you've got like a few days away and things while you're traveling as well. You can use this as like an overnight bag or like a weekend bag. Because as you can see, you can fit a lot of items in here. So that's everything that I took with me on my recent trip to the UK. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you've used the Longchamp bag for carry-on and what else you take with you on your long-haul flights. Let me know in the comment section below. I will link some of the videos on the screen as well for you to check out if you are interested. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.